What's going on, everybody? GemMint here, back with another statue review. This time we have a production sample for the 1/3 scale Deadpool by PCS. This is part of the Contest of Champions Gamerverse video game universe, which is pretty cool because those designs are very much comic inspired. So essentially we're getting 1/3 scale Marvel pieces out of this line. We're going to look at these overhead, we're going to do an assembly, and then I'll give a quick review with my final thoughts on this statue. Let's jump into it. Alright guys, so first of all, this statue comes with 2 portraits and 2 sets of weapons. Let's start by looking at the weaponry. So you have these kind of crazy slapstick Deadpool inspired hand pistols that have all this graffiti on there, all these Easter eggs. You have some great texturing, shadowing, and sculpt in that fist. Got the Deadpool logo. It almost looks like a Nerf gun or like a squirt gun. Here's some more Easter eggs. Then we have the other one here as well. Now what's cool about these switch outs is that they come with these little stands. So you can actually display these standing up next to the statue, which is like a first, right? I mean, we've seen them for portraits, but for hand switch outs, that's pretty cool. Here we just have the handles of the katanas that'll go into Wade's back. And then speaking of katanas, that is the weapon of choice for the other switch out option. Now these in the final production will be metal. In this sample production they're not, so that's just something I wanted to make you guys aware of. Same great texturing in the glove and in the wrap on the handle as we've seen before. Now for that tall base option, you have this Deadpool unicorn, which will rotate in the lit box that it'll be displayed in, which we'll see later, which is cool. Got the rainbow hair and everything, that fuzzy kind of texture. So more of that cute, zany side of Deadpool. Now it's got 2 portraits that are similar. However, the way that they key in will make Deadpool look upward, which is, I guess, you're going to want to use for that lower display, or, you know, depending on where you have him in your collection. The other one's more of a straight on look. Just like the hand, they have that great fine texture sculpted in there, and then you could even see the darker red shadowing where it needs to be, the sculpt making it really look like a mask around his ear and jawline, the stitching. So really well done. I mean, these are the type of details that you really need to see up close and personal. From pictures, they can kind of get lost and it looks smooth, but it's actually very finely detailed. The Deadpool body itself is huge and it's all one piece. We'll take a look at this closer up during the assembly, as with both display options. Before we get into the assembly, I want to shout out That Spider-Man Booth for sponsoring this video. They have those $35 mystery boxes where you're guaranteed 5 comics of retail value. Each week they have a new GP, a giveaway prize. The most recent was the Invincible 1 Whatnot exclusive Omni-Man cover by Tyler Kirkham in the CGC 9.8. Save 10% every time you shop there by using code GemMint, just like their sister site Street Level Hero. SLHLA.com has exclusive variants with new drops every Tuesday and Thursday. They have this awesome, amazing Spider-Man issue 1 Marco Mastrozzo variant. It has that painted Alex Ross vibe. I'm digging it. Again, save 10% there every time you shop there by using that code GemMint. Alright, so let's start with that taller base, this big box with the glass enclosure. So we'll go ahead and open one of the doors, put the unicorn in, and boom, turn on the light. I can almost hear music box music playing with this majestic unicorn spinning in this display. It's goofy, it's zany, it is Deadpool, and it's one of the options. You can display it with this or not. Alright, so let's go ahead and get Deadpool keyed in on the top here. He does have a peg on his left foot with a key kind of rectangular notch that'll go in that same part as well. And both bases are pretty identical when it comes to how he keys in. Alright, let's go ahead and put on the straightforward looking portrait, almost looking downward. And we're going to put those weapons in his hands here. And since he's not wielding swords, we'll spin him around and we'll get those katanas in the back sheath. Here goes the second one. And let's take a look at the other switch out options really quick. So more of an upward direction, katanas in his hands, and then we're going to end up removing those katanas from his back for continuity. Alright guys, there we go. Deadpool with the large base option. This base makes this piece extremely tall. And honestly, I'm not so much a fan of slapstick zany Deadpool. I like mercenary New Mutants 98 type of Deadpool, which this statue kind of gives you both if you think about it. So this base right here with this light up feature with the spinning turntable on the inside with the unicorn. This could actually be used as a centerpiece if you like that style, or it could be used as a riser to have him in the back of like 2 other 1/3 scale pieces. Maybe you could even have something displayed in front of this box, but it could end up being like a riser that comes with the statue. Because not only does it come with the 2 portraits, the 2 right-hand switch outs, the stands for the switch outs, which I was wondering why the portrait didn't have one, but I guess it stands on its own. But it has 2 options for display. It comes with this very flat base, which is essentially just the roof of this box, which will make this piece a little bit more manageable unless you have wide open space. Because like this, you're looking at about 39 inches tall. And I'm not even sure if this sword will add more height to that. Now, I don't think you would have the looking up option with this display unless you had this guy on the ground maybe. Let's go ahead and switch the base and the display and see what Deadpool looks like at eye level. Alright, now he's much more manageable, more like a regular statue. I mean, this base has like no height whatsoever to it. So essentially, you're just getting a 1/3 scale Deadpool piece that could now be maybe in the forefront of other 1/3 scale characters. It could be the centerpiece of a Deadpool display. He's only about 25.5 inches tall now. The diameter of this guy, I mean, 11 inches all around. And he has some really good detail. I mean, we shown up close the gloves and the mask. You get the same great red detail, especially to the boots where you get wrinkles and stitches, and it just looks so realistic and lifelike. Moving up the leg, the black leather elements of his costume, the utility belt with that Deadpool logo, the lovely wraps on the sheath, which I've taken out the butts of the katana since he's holding them in this display. And just great detail all around. So if you guys are into a 1/3 scale Deadpool, this one is shipping, I believe, shortly within this quarter. Retails $12.80. No edition size set yet. Cool piece. It could actually have a pretty small footprint if you display it this way. And also, if you have it with the box, it'll just be really, really tall. But let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Is it something you would add to the collection? Personally, I am collecting 1/3 scale Marvel characters right now. So will this one have to make the cut? We'll see, man. Thanks for watching. Stay minty fresh. Peace.